So you guys ask me all the time, what should I do in my 20s? What should I do in my 30s? What should I do in my 40s? And I thought I would have this opportunity, take this opportunity to use some of my staff members and show you what they did in their 20s, 30s, 40s, because they work at the candy store and they get the candy either free or heavily discounted. And so if cost was no object, which I know it is for many people, but let's pretend for a minute, cost is no object, you get to do anything you want to do. What would you do in your 20s, 30s, 40s, etc.? So with me today is Erin Mulder.
Hi.
Erin's one of our consult coordinators, and she is one of the people that you would talk to if you were calling in to talk about anything surgical. She would help guide you through the process. Erin, how many years have you been here?
It was 6 years, 2 days ago. So my anniversary was June 1st.
6 years and 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And so how old are you now?
I am 38.
And how old were you when you started? Let's get the math.
6 years, 32.
32. So Erin's a perfect example of early through mid 30s. Overall fair tones, but brown eyes, medium skin, not super oily, not super dry.
Yeah,
you say? Is that
absolutely,
right?
combination, yeah.
So you guys are seeing it now, but I'm showing Erin now her before picture. We take pictures of people when they're hired. So what she looked like when she first got hired versus a couple weeks ago. I want to say is what the bottom picture is.
Yeah.
So you ready?
Okay.
So take a look at that.
Ooh. Wow. What a difference.
What do you see?
I mean, first of all, jawline shadow. I noticed more here down, jawline shadow, lips for sure too. The fullness of my lips. This from buccal fat from a few years ago.
So for
I feel like I noticed mostly from like this.
Yeah, most of the changes are from your cheekbones down.
Correct. Yes.
What were the first little things that you did when you first started working here? So you were early 30s.
Not Botox.
Botox
Was like get my feet wet. Then I did.
What do you do with Botox? What bothered you? What were you treating? What were you trying to prevent?
I was starting to see the little 11 lines form. Very mild, more actually the 11s and then the horizontal creases right here. And so I started that as more preventative, and then kind of gradually then went on to doing a little bit of cheek filler and some lip filler. So those were kind of how I got my feet wet with the injectables.
Okay.
Yeah, and skincare for sure.
And what are you using skincare wise? I know you use a little bit of everything. You're not like a certain brand loyal kind of person.
No, I use what I like, what I tend to, yes.
As of right now, what are your 2 favorite products?
There's 2 favorite products. Epion's Facial Renewal Lotion.
Okay.
Love it.
And what's it good for? What's it do?
I feel like it's good for my combination skin. So I use it as the last step in my morning routine and nightly routine, just to keep my face moisturized. I just love the way it feels. I think my second go-to that I've used this entire time I've been here is the Elta Daily Tinted. For my daily sunscreen, no matter what, I don't care.
The 40 or the 46?
I believe it's one of the 2. I can't remember which one. But the tinted. Yes, the daily. So I love the way that goes on. It's moisturizing, and I use it in the dead of winter. I use it no matter what every single day, and I use it from pretty much here up, and I love that product.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is, you guys are seeing it now, this is her 3/4 view, and if I get one view to assess the shape of the face, it's the 3/4 view. And so you've also had a little filler in your chin, and then we talked about taking your buccal fat volumes out, and then we did a little procedure under your neck, which is lipotite, a combination of radio frequency energy, liposuction, and internal suturing. How long ago was that procedure?
Lipotite was like the first week of March of 2020, like literally like the week before
so
we stopped almost shutting down.
15 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the buccal fat was probably 3 or 4 years ago.
July 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 years ago, almost 4. So take a look at that. So again, now she's seeing the 3/4 view.
Wow. What a difference.
What do you see? How do you feel differently about the top person versus the bottom person? How do they impact you, or what would you think about them? Or
I mean, it's not even necessarily about looking younger or older. It's more about, and I know you and I have talked about this all the time, like prettier. Like, I just feel like I almost feel like I look cute in the picture and like more prettier and structured in this one.
Yeah.
You know?
The top one is yes, and the bottom is yes queen.
Yeah, you got it.
So, I mean, yeah, so it's kind of like an optimized, sharpened,
Yes.
it's literally like you put a filter on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And the shadow, like the shadowing and everything, and you would think from going from 32 to 38,
Yeah.
this would, so yeah, amazing.
So 6 years older in the bottom picture. No open surgery. We have done a little bit of surgery under local, the buccal fat reduction, which is not appropriate for every face, but is perfectly appropriate for hers.
Yep.
The lipotype procedure, which is fairly unique to us. You've never been to sleep for our surgeries, have you? Just always wide awake?
No, I was just gonna say that. So I've been wide awake and talking to you guys the entire time through it. So it's kind of like a dental visit. Getting, you feel that you working, but you don't feel any pain necessarily. So
Yeah. So guys, that's a pretty good tour for early to mid 30s and a combination skin, not super dry, not super oily, on the fairer side. Botox cost range these days with our nurse injectors anywhere from $250 if you're just getting a little sip of it, one little area, up to maybe $700 something if you're getting most of your face treated with Botox. These days, injectable fillers, $700 to $1,000 a syringe, depending on which filler and what component. The stuff she had in her chin, how many years ago was that?
about 2.5.
Yeah, and was that Voluma?
Yes.
Yeah.
Voluma.
It's not uncommon for Voluma to last a couple of years. And probably a couple cc, so it's probably about $2,000 worth of Voluma, but 2 years in, it's still looking great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm only a year out too from my last lip injection, and I didn't even do a full syringe for like a touch up annually. So
the things we use in lips, again, $700 to $1,000 depending, and that usually lasts well over a year. It's not the right thing to get it every year. You'll find you get it the first time maybe a little bit less than a year, and then over time less, practically forever.
Yep.
The surgical things, obviously, we quote kind of on a person-to-person basis.
And then I'd say too, outside of the skincare and the other stuff, the stuff that you've done, I mean, the peels,
yes,
VI peel, Precision Plus, I love that, and I do that, at least once a year.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing to add.
Get rid of the old dead skin layer and refresh. Have you done any IPLs with the laser procedures?
I've done IPL, but it's been a few years, and I only did it once because I don't have a ton of sun damage. I need it now, probably, but I'm going to wait till the fall.
Yeah.
But the VI peels for someone who didn't have as much sun damage per se did okay for me for the time. But I think I am getting to that point where I'm going to need to start the IPLs.
I know a place you can get it.
Walk right downstairs.
There you go. Well, I hope that was helpful. Early to mid 30s, combination skin, just kind of average skin type. Well, prettier than average skin type, but nothing real remarkable one direction or the other. So thank you so much.
Bye.